Tsay Keh Dene means like people of the rocks, people of the mountains.
With us being steeped in our culture helps us a lot to be who we are today.
You want to be choosy with who you bring into places like this. I think you would have a hard time having somebody who has like a city mentality where they don't genuinely care about the community. Like I know everyone preaches reconciliation now, everyone can talk about it, but until you actually make an effort in the community, it's really hard to say that that's what you're working toward. So I joined the RCMP because I grew up in a very small town back in New Brunswick, and there were a handful of RCMP officers there who really made an effort to coach kids in sports and really be involved. And I realized the impact you can have in a positive way with people in a community. So you can go in and be a role model, or you can be a heavy-handed enforcer. There's always the options, but just seeing the ability to have a positive impact in a community is the main reason that I decided to join. Being a Tsay Keh RCMP officer, you work in Tsay Keh and Kwadacha, so technically our members cover both areas, and they're 73 kilometers apart. Back in 2021, they started a pilot project with having members living and working out of Kwadacha. With that, we have myself as the detachment commander and 2 members living in Tsay Keh, and then we have 3 constables living up in Kwadacha. When I arrived in community, I think my initial reaction was a little bit of the shock of how small the location actually is. Like, we have a huge area that we cover, but the community itself is quite tiny. And then once I spent a little bit of time here, I will say I was over the moon with the area, just what we have access to for the outdoors. And the community as a whole, since I've been here, has been very open and receptive to me being here. So it's made it easy to embrace being in such an isolated community. Since arriving in Tsay Keh, I have really made an effort to be out and be visible so that people in this community do get to know me. I started with going to the school and doing activities with elders, doing breakfast with the kids. We try once or twice a month to organize with the workers from the elders complex to take any of the elders that are interested, and we'll do a bonfire and we roast hot dogs and do everything. Just going out and interacting with people in that way is it's just a positive way to interact and get to know people and to learn about the history and the culture here.
I think it's important that RCMP members who come into the community have that mindset of like, I need to get to know these people, be very trauma informed so that they can understand where our people are coming from.
I asked my father one time, and I told him, when you were young, and tell me stories of where you trapped and hunt, where you've been. He says, how could I? It's all underwater. I never realized when I was a kid growing up how much it affected him.
We were the witness of those days. There was a big upheaval among the nations, our nation, the Sakani. Everyone just went into shock, and then we start seeing the destruction, what the destruction the alcohol can do.
Trauma gets passed on. Like those of people after they just finally gotten their lives back together, the residential school came and took a lot of the youth out of here. But they just kept moving forward, and I'm glad that they did, because we probably wouldn't be where we're at today if they gave up. And that's what I'm proud to be Tsay Keh Dene for that, because my history, the people before me, is their strength is what made us keep moving on forward, and to this day we're still moving on to make it better for the future generation.
The focus here really isn't about enforcement. The focus is, building up these communities.
You're always going to be working toward building better relationships in the community, and there's definitely people who have walls and maybe will never let their walls down with the RCMP because of stuff that has happened in the past. So just continuing to show people that, yes, you wear a uniform, but you're also a human, and you genuinely care.
If I came into your town and then I had the whole government behind me, then I start wielding that power upon you all and start showing disrespect. Would you guys still welcome me in your town? You would want me out. You won't want to have anything to do with us.
If you're kind of planning to come to an IP and rule with an iron fist, it's not going to go very well. So, you've got to go a different route, and you're trying to solve the problem with kind of a community-based approach.
It seems at this moment that there is more of an openness to get to know the people in the community as opposed to just simply policing it. It's taken a little time to develop in terms of how we can see ways to work together. Again, that's all part of that piece of how long people are here, to create those relationships and build those things. So now that I'm in my third year, we have formed a group now, one RCMP member, one band member, or one council member, and myself to sit down, and hopefully an elder, to sit down when we have students or youth who have gotten themselves into trouble, to look at ways that we can kind of do a voluntary community service before we go towards any kind of more serious issues, to keep them out of the system, and also show that there's kind of a united group of people coming together to talk to the youth when certain situations come up.
Just having that proactive approach, it's huge. Where before everything was reactive for the police to come to the community.
I think one of the most rewarding things that's kind of happened since I've come so far is people are starting to depend on me outside of maybe work-specific things. So when people go away to the city for the week, they'll come and be like, hey, can you watch my cat for a week? Or can you check in on my dogs while I'm gone? Or keep an eye out at my house while I'm gone, kind of thing. And it's nice that they kind of see me as someone other than just needing to respond for police matters, I guess.
Chris and I were fortunate enough to be the first police officers to live in Kwadacha. Being on a first name basis with everybody makes a huge difference.
We are really good friends with the RCMP members. Most of them who come in, we usually keep in touch with them after they leave.
When you hear people on the radios calling Chris and Layla, you know they're comfortable with them.
When we build those relationships with people in the community, we have trust that goes both ways. So it's not just trust too, it's also respect. They're not actually just our clients, they're our friends that we see every day. So that trust is there all the time. Yeah.
You're lost without all them. You can't get food. You cannot get anything here without working with the community. I came from the city, being in Tsay Keh in a very short time. There's just like a lot of, outdoorsmanship that if you aren't extremely familiar, you will be soon, because every single one of the community members is, intimately familiar with, the land, and they will teach you, showing you how to do your job better than you ever knew how to. The other day I was working on a missing persons. I had a community member come out with me, assist me, and physically show me how to track. So we tracked this person based on foot imprints, and we found him by community member in an hour. It's extremely important to hold those relationships, and obviously as a new member, what I've learned here is just how to be a police officer, to be honest. I got the idea to run this youth sports program from the detachment commander that used to be here, Staff Sergeant McIntyre. He started running these programs where he would open up the school gym there, or set up, kind of events where the youth could come and expend some energy, stay out of trouble a little bit, these kinds of things. So he suggested, hey, well, why don't you take this over? Why don't you, continue this opportunity for these kids that they've been missing since I've been gone? So I was really on board with that. I'm somebody who's, into sports and played them all my life, so I thought potentially there'd be something I can share with these kids that'd be useful to them.
It's not really so much just about the basketball. It's about having somewhere that they can go and be together and be active and creating that safe space. So this is fairly new for the RCMP to be doing this time around. A couple of years ago, there was somebody who was doing it as well. Building relationships with the students, not just being a truck that kind of passes by every now and then, or showing up to be just on that sort of more negative side. Of course, there's an important role. Of course, they are police officers, but they have to be part of the community as much as they can be. Get to know people beyond simply just what we think of the traditional policing role.
There was another one, but I don't know where it went.
Two white ones, two orange ones, and a black and white one. I can't get him. Can you get him, Jim? Oh my God.
Got him!
Yeah. Did you get him?
Yeah.
Within the community, we have obviously a number of dogs and cats and litters of puppies and kittens, and because we don't have vet services here, it becomes overwhelming for people. They actually will call and ask for help with getting them sent out to a rescue. There are people who are willing to get their animals spayed and neutered, but they also don't have the ability or the money to get them out to a city to actually get it done, so I've been working with rescues to try to get that sorted. Love for Paws, or Love's Animal Rescue, has been a lifesaver. They've helped us with injured animals, they've helped us with sick animals. They've given me prep work on if I have a pregnant dog and it might go into labor, how to manage that.
Here's your babies, can I see? Good girl, Mama. Good girl.
At this point, I've lost track, but I think I have sent around 260 animals out of here in the last 10 months. And I know right now we have another 17 puppies and 5 kittens that need to go out, so I just have to find places for them.
Since being here, I've had dozens of cats in my house. I've had dogs in my house. Just fostering them until we're able to get them out.
I saw one of the orange ones, but they
Hello, Tsay Keh RCMP, Jordan speaking. Respond to that now. Go with the details, please. And complaint information. Perfect. So some yelling and some threat cues then? Okay, perfect. I'll be 17. Thank you.
Everyone sacrifices a lot to be here. Yes, we work together, but we also live in a fenced compound together. You go to every file together. And like, I have a spouse who doesn't live here. Finn has a spouse who doesn't live here. And Jordan's single, so you are each other's coworkers, but you're also your family.
You really have to depend on your coworkers, and everybody here gets along so great, and everybody's super supportive. We're able to, we hang out and have dinner sometimes, or we go to the gym and work out, and just being there for each other is really important.
Yeah. Well, that's probably not the exhibit.
What's like the first time you get on Prime? And it's like, it's the people that you're surrounded with 24/7, live with all the time. There is the biggest difference maker. So if you want to talk about support, I couldn't be luckier. So I've got a supervisor who is constantly available 24 hours a day. And not only that, but just my coworkers here, whether it's Constable Rivier here in Tsay Keh or Constables Halliday and Kavanagh up in Kwadacha, like every single person has been super interested and willing to help me develop.
We've decided to stay longer than our 2-year commitment because we actually really enjoy it here. Almost on a daily basis, the community members ask us, they hear rumors that we're leaving, and when they hear that, they are upset and they come to us and ask us, please don't leave, please don't leave. So the community really wants us here. We like being here, and we're not in a rush to leave.
My husband is ready for me to transfer to here. But I'll say from a community perspective, and even from like a work perspective, I've had multiple people ask me to consider extending my time. I am due out in August 2025, but I don't know for sure if that's when I will leave.
One final question. What do you hope for the future of this community?
The future of this community?
Just need us to stop drinking, no more drugs, and kids to learn their culture and their language.
Yeah, the tradition and culture is very important to who you are, and we're hoping that most of our kids can finish school. They have both worlds, right? They can come back in, just jump into their culture, their tradition, their language, so they have both worlds.
Balance. There's a lot of us that are waking up to who we truly are as human beings. And if the police can be part of it, part of our work of healing in this community, that will make a big statement. If they could be interested and talk to our chief and council or come to the elders and just say, what can we do to help?
I hope that the people who come in after myself and the crew that I have right now continue to work toward building the positive relationships. And like, do I expect that someone after Jordan is going to show up and do basketball 4 nights a week? Probably not, but to carry on some part of that legacy. I know there was a commander a couple of years ago who was here who this community still raves about. I had him come in and cover, and everyone in the community showed up because everyone loves Johnny Mac and that's all they know him as. So my hope is that the people who follow me will continue to do what Johnny has done and what I've done, to be involved in the community, building those relationships and fostering them and working toward getting people the help that they need versus always just using jail as a solution or courts as a solution. I feel like everyone who's working here right now has worked hard for that, and I feel like everyone has been accepted and has been very welcomed into the community. I just have the fear of what happens when these people move on and new people come in. So, I mean, I can't control it, but you would love to see that relationship continue to get better and better over the years.
Kastua?
Yeah. We do this.
Kastua ikunasa, Kastua ikuwasyo, Shirinan katas makesta, sabatwe lastre. I am small but strong. I am small but smart. This world is big, but I live in it. I truly am my Father's child. I am small but strong. I am small but smart.
That's a song we're trying to teach the kids.